Hey YouTube, Jolly Green 1990 here, my live reaction and review to One Piece Chapter 1066, and I have been excited. I've heard this is going to be a good one where we get to actually see what Vegapunk, the real one, looks like, and there's connections back to the Library of Ohara, and that, spoiler alert by the way, if anyone who has not read the chapter, go ahead and read it. Soul, the giant who saved Robin, is alive. Wild. I was expecting giants with upcoming novel, but I was not expecting to backtrack and get more lore and information with Soul. Yes, we want death in One Piece, but this is a death I'm happy didn't occur because there's going to be a touching reunion possibly with Soul and Robin. So I'm looking forward to reading that in the future. So right now, without further ado, we're back to the cover story. German 66 cold-blooded voyage, volume 23, returning to Germany with company. So pretty much we're assuming Caesar is with Germa. I'm really hoping for a Katakuri moment. I love Katakuri. I'm Katakuri stan. I still think he's not done, but I think he and the Big Mom Pirates have to take some L's as we get closer to the end of the story. So continuing on. What are you saying? A futuristic city like this existed in the distant past? It's just conjecture. Here we go, Robin. I once knew a passionate archaeologist who was willing to risk his life to shed light on certain ancient kingdom. Not only that, but at a certain site, machinery was excavated that dated back to the same era as kingdom. Are you saying the machinery was created during the void century? Robin. You know something about this, Robin? No doubt it's a painful memory, but 22 years ago, your home, where I was eradicated by Buster Call. So I jumped ahead. You told me. I think that happened because Ohara uncovered the details of that kingdom's existence. I believe the history of the Void Century is the history of conflict. Shaka. One between an alliance of 20 nations and this forgotten advanced kingdom. The victorious 20 went on to form the world government and shape history as known and to ensure the ideas of the ancient kingdom would on. They erased every trace of it from history. What? That's crazy. Is this real? Whoa, what an epic and romantic tale. Hang on, Vegapunk. You mean everyone who knows about this gets eliminated? Indeed. Crap. Why did you just those? I can't unhear it. Told you. Go annihilate. Straw hats. Come on, brain. Forget you didn't hear anything. Usopp. Like I said, this is conjecture. So tell me, Nico, if I'm right and that discovery is why Ohara was wiped out, then wouldn't the government's actions be tantamount to a confrontation? Why are you asking about this? Scholars did devise a theory about after all their extensive research, but wouldn't someone as high up in the government as you are know about it already? I'm afraid government affiliation makes no difference. Kind of figured the government wouldn't want anyone to know about it regardless of how up you are because they want to hide these secrets. No difference. I'm kept in the dark like everyone else, but even bringing this topic up to them result in my erasure. Here we go. This could be the major reason why CP0 wants to get rid of it. And stop telling us this is just torture. Let us out of here. Poor Usopp. If that's true, how could you know they were researching that kingdom? All the books and materials in Ohara, and they were. The will of Ohara lives on. The day shocked the world. In a single night, Ohara, the island renowned for its love of knowledge, was wiped out save for one little girl. The scholars were labeled devils, dissidents who plotted to overthrow the government. Robin's holding her emotions. A few months after this incident, I paid a visit of my own to the scorched earth of Ohara. I was acquainted with Professor Clover, the foremost authority on archaeology. I figured I should at least leave some flowers for him. Nice! Here's the connection. You knew Professor Clover. His obsession with the Void Century fueled his adventurous lifestyle, searching for relevant texts the world over. We see a slightly younger version of what looks like him and some other people. The Marines incarcerated him at least 10 occasions. By the time he settled down, he was the world's most famous archaeologist. Over the countless scholars were drawn to him, and they all flocked to Ohara. It truly became the holy land of archaeology. Unfortunately, the aftermath of those talented minds came together Meeting together would prove tragic. I like that we're going back and we're seeing stuff that we didn't really know about, so it's adding more to it. When I stepped foot on Ohara, even the tree of knowledge had been burned to cinders. I was speechless when I saw it. So now we're kind of seeing his true size, his brain. I was kind of spoiled in the fact that he was a smaller dude with a big brain. But the lake at the center of the island had been filled with an unbelievable amount of books. What in the world? I could only assume that it was the work of the scholars. They must have dedicated their final moments to ensuring that the future had access to the treasure trove of knowledge. If any Marines did discover the books, they were apparently too ignorant to understand their value and left them be. Ohara had triumphed over them. When I realized that, I couldn't stop myself from crying. Robin's getting all teared up. Please take care of her. Flashback. Overall, make sure she escapes the island. I still have a duty to see to you. Mommy, I don't want to leave. Let me stay. Save the books. Get the reference materials out of the library. Robin, history is our greatest treasure. It must be preserved. We can't just give up on our future. Olivia, her mom. Mommy, be proud, Robin. Your mom's an honorable woman. Ohara stood up to the world. Robin's crying, you bang, bang, bang. You bastard. How dare you make Robin cry? That's it, Vegapunk. You gotta release these shoes. Vegapunk. So they're mad because she tried. Just as you said, they came to the same conclusions about the kingdom before the incident. I see, so it's all true. Where are the books from like now? I really wanted to take them back to Punk Hazard. But I knew if the top brass ever caught one, it would be over. So instead, they were taken by the people I saw that day. Here we go. Lore people. Ohara West Blue 22 years ago. A few months after the Bluster Claw incident, someone else is visiting the debris. Giants. Alright, let's pull them up. Here we go. Vegapunk's true face. Who are they? What should I do? Do they have any idea how important those books are? It's been a while, Vegapunk. As usual, that head of yours makes you stand out. Is that you, Dragon? Yes! Dragon. Here's the connection. We see true. What are you doing here? That's my line. Your head definitely looks like it's gotten bigger. I knew old man Clover. Monkey D. Dragon, head of the freedom fighters, 33 years old. You too. I knew he was once a bit of hooligan roaming the seas, but all that nonsense of him trying to destroy the world, it's blatant propaganda. Dr. Vegapunk, head of Punk Hazard Laboratory 43. He said Ohara sacrificed itself for these treasures, and he couldn't let them be erased history. After seeing a government like you're looking around, I'm glad they're here to scoop them up. Keep safe. Hey, you know I never. You passed on joining the freedom fighters a while ago, but still made me sick to hear about you becoming one of the lapdogs. Don't be stupid. Your ragtag operations will always chew pork. What good are my skills and intellect if I can't actually build anything? I know. You're blunt as ever. I like this. He's like, I need money to buy that stuff to make it. Are you worried about the giants? They're not scavengers. I heard a word with them just now. It seems they're from Elbath, and they're fully aware of the value of these books. Their captain was a strange giant, wrapped from head to toe in bandages. The world government is an insanely huge organization. There are plenty of decent people inside that can be reasoned with, especially the Navy. Don't lose sight of the end goal, Dragon. I get it, but I can't just sit back at this. It's too damn much. Those harmless scholars were blatantly snuffed out just for questioning their authority. It's a farce. I'm going to raise an army that can fight them head on. I thought you hated war. So we're getting more of Dragon's reasoning, his logic for why he did what he did for the organization. Just you watch, Vegapunk. I'll change the world. Will Harlow will not die with Clover. And within a year, he, Impero Ivankov, and Bartholomew Kuma founded the Revolutionary Army, which continues to shake the world this day. Wow, Luffy Dad sound intense. Did you just say Elbath? Professor Clover motivated Dragon. My head's gonna blow. Why did Kuma help us, and why did you modify him so much, Vegapunk? Iva, that bastard's one of those founding members of the Revolutionaries. Poor Toddy's like, I hate him. He trained me, but I hate that jerk. The books from Ohara certainly couldn't be left to be found with the government. My curiosity compelled me to make a discreet trip to Elbath, where the books were taken, and they allowed me to read each and every one of them. Ooh. In other words, I took everything Ohara uncovered about the world's secrets and memorized it all in my head, and I've continued the research. Nice! Oh, there's so much here. That giant captain, he's called Saul, isn't he? He's in hiding now, so I can't confirm anything. Saul is alive. He wasn't killed. Nice. Robin's trying tears. Thank you, Dr. Vegapunk. Thank you for not letting Ohara's sacrifice be in vain. I try to help progress every field of thought possible. It's my nature as a scholar. He unlocks the middle boots. Woohoo! Ships are moving on their own. I can't release you just yet. Follow me. There's something I want to shoot. So he doesn't release them, but he's bringing them. Chopper, there's no way to get in. Oh, it must be the type that moves on its own. Junkyard, eggheads, fabrication store. Move. Robo, does it need a special command? Chopper. Maybe we just gotta say name. Move, Robo King. You guys are such kids. Ain't no way it's moving. It's moving! The Robo's gonna blow. Save me, Quasar. No good. Another debacle. Somebody please save me, Quasar. Perhaps space-time bent unwork. What the? There's a guy like Kinemon here. Huh? I gotcha. Sorry, it's him. Much obliged. You're Dragon's boy. I knew you'd come. Good job on making it. Oh my, Bonnie. Dear me, you sure have gotten big. Splendid to see you full of vigor. What? An old man? Are you floating? Vegapunk. You can float too, you know. Those Dom shoes you're wearing have a nullify nifty hover function. See here? Press the button on the side. Grab the lever. Zonks! We've flown too far. Dr. Vegapunk, the man with the biggest brain in the world, leader of the Navy's SSG Special Science Group. Wah! Save us, Quasar. The humble genius appears. Oh, so good. I've been breaking chapters up into action and an information dump. This was a pure information dump. But it's so good. As a history teacher, I loved the information we got about Ohara, about how the giants actually care about the history. We got Dragon's main like motivation. And you know how he actually hates war, but then Ohara motivated him to found a force that would fight the government, and then you have him, Ivankov, and Kuma, which we kind of suspected were the main founders. We have Shaka, who I'm dreaming on, forgive me. A lot of people thought were like the main. So he is seeing, I think, the biggest brain, but we actually have another genuine Vegapunk. That his brain has been reduced, or I think split up among the different versions. It's also possible that this Vegapunk may not be. It might be a clone. I think the one we see at the very end is a true Vegapunk. But I thought the fact that it was Shaka 1, it might be, but no, it's okay. So it's possible that Dr. Vegapunk, when we see at the end, is Shaka or Vegapunk 0, and they all split up brains between him. There's a lot there. I will definitely review. I like the fact that we get the dragon, we get the flashback and see kind of what happened to Ohara, and we get his understanding. We get to truly see what Dr. Vegapunk looks like. As we kind of figured, he was motivated a little by greed, but I like the fact that he said there are still people in the government who are willing to do good, and then the revelation that Saul is alive and he has a pirate crew essentially of giants. I'm excited to see now more what all that will look like. I would give this a 10 out of 10 for information. Action, there wasn't a whole lot here, so I would say like maybe a 0 out of 10, sorry. But to me, the information easily overrides the action for this. I mean, there's so much here, and so I'm excited. A lot of YouTubers, myself included, did not, I don't think, expected this type of arc going forward, but it's nice to have this and to have all this information and truly leading up to the end. So wonderful chapter. I was super excited, loved it. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike and a comment so I know why. Please subscribe. Let me know what I can do better. Joy Green, 1990, signing out.